Hey, big shout out to TV3 shows, World of Talent and Awareness. Hotep, peace.
Full of gold, up in that direction, see. It's going down, baby.
I'm fighting demonic enemies, trying to cage me in mentally. Time to set my spirit free. Just sent his energy, filling me with his remedy. With my black heart full of gold. With my black heart full of gold. With my black heart full of gold.
We live forever. Most of you are smart.
That's right.
But you ain't clever.
What's good? TV3 Souls here, part of the Free Souls Productions, Heart Thou Spirit. I'm here with Richie from Black Ice TV. You know what I mean? We're in partnership together, work coming, colliding, you know what I mean? And part of the Heart Thou Spirit contribution is that Richie's going to tell me what today is all about, you know what I mean? And how he can, and what he thinks of when he hears the term Heart Thou Spirit.
Boy. All right, first of all, big up to Reds, big up to Three Souls. We're here today because of the importance of community and organisation. So what we're intending to do today is show as many organisations and people from the community and take a picture, generally network, and just come together to show that there's a thriving community here in the UK on spiritualness, on consciousness, on real practical community issues as well. So yeah, that's where we're coming from today.
Cool. So when you hear the term Heart Thou Spirit, what comes to mind?
Well, bruv, being someone that's into comedic science, I'm all about heart consciousness, which means knowing yourself, yeah, in your everyday endeavors, what you're doing, how you're speaking, how you're generally carrying yourself. Yeah, so that's what generally comes to my mind, and that's why it connects.
They call it the ray of the sun, because just like the sun reflecting from the granite stone, reflecting the rays of the sun. Yes? And so it's a special stone. It's just not just any stone picked out. It's a special stone encoded the energy in connection with the sun.
BLACKICETV7, the biggest TV station in the world. No one can beat this. This is a historical day. I'm with my brother, what they call Mr. Reds, and they call me Mr. Riggs. We're trying to establish a trade center, right? And for us to get a trade information center, we have to begin from somewhere small to somewhere big. You understand?
Agreed.
What do you think about that?
I totally agree with you. One of the motions is, and why I agree with you, is because we're going to set up workshops for the young ones to display their films. So that is going to be Free Souls' way of contributing back to the community. Do you know what I mean? And also, we all, if you look around, we're all coming together, networking, building our community. And this is what it's about. You know what I mean? The bigger picture. Yeah, we got to lay everything down at the sides, unlearn what you have been taught. Yeah, and learn again to understand what is going on. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I think of when I hear that.
Yeah, because you know, at the end of the day, we have to have a whole heap of legacies, and we have to be in the right place at the right time, and we have to think small to become big, like a seed to a tree. You know, it's not about thinking about a tree that we can't afford. So if we start from micromanaging our stuff, controlling our business, controlling our things, we shall thrive. The proof is in the pudding. We need every single organization. We need as many people in different types of business, in different types of life. We have to understand our history. We have to understand our health and well-being. We have to understand the spirit. We have to understand our mind, and we have to understand that we need economics to move forward before we can go to anything of political, before we can go into anything of enforcement. So by us making ourselves into one people, we can succeed. What do you say about that, bruv?
100% agreed. 100% agreed. I got one question for you.
Go on.
What comes to mind when I say the phrase "Heart Thou Spirit"?
You know, this is a word. We go back into African philosophy. We go into my heart. We understand the balance, the heart and the feather. And when we understand that heart and feather, we have to know that we have to come as like-minded people, as a mental mind state, to able to move forward. So I always say this, is that the heart always thinks. Every part of your body thinks. So it motivates you as a one person. Every organ, every part of you is one, because they all reflect on each other. So us coming with each other as a collective is what makes us a stronger people.
Thank you very much, Terry. Thank you very much. Big up once again. Bless.
Bless always. Black Ice TV, you know the place to be. Tune in. Don't forget, Black Ice TV. All one word. ASAP. Log in, tune in
With my black
now.
heart full of gold. With my black heart full of gold. With my black heart full of gold.
We live forever. Most of you are smart.
That's right.
But you ain't clever.
Hello, Justin Jarreds once again. I'm here with my brother Dean. Would you like to tell the people then what you do?
Yep. I'm a chairman of a think tank, the Solution Room, which is to bring the brightest and best of us together, our talented 10%. Everybody's talented 10% is the salvation of their people. So for us, those who work, who are proficient in every form of industry, from banking, through finance, through education, through construction, all of those that are the backbone of any community, we need, because we're building our nation, so that we have universal laws that work for us, and we have universal codes of conduct. Also within that, it's very important to establish an African Caribbean educational curriculum, so that our children have a particular spiritual value and a value for their people in seeing each other as Africans, which is very hard to achieve when you're indoctrinated by a European framework. So the whole point of what we're doing is to create institutions as opposed to the exceptional individuals we've had throughout our history. Exceptional individuals can be murdered. Exceptional individuals can be tarnished. But you cannot tarnish institutions that represent 2 million people. They will defend it at all costs.
Wow, powerful stuff, powerful
With
stuff.
my black heart full of gold. With my black heart full of gold. With my black heart full of gold.
We live forever. Most of you are smart.
That's right.
But you ain't clever. Our eternal love, it comes from creation.
Yes, it's Justin Jarreds here, TV Free Souls. I'm with the one and only. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Nico Day, otherwise Nico the Dub.
There we go, people, the one and only Nico. Met you a few weeks ago at one of the events that was going on, you know what I mean? Basically why I grabbed you today is because I'm doing a documentary called Heart Thou Spirit. Heart Thou Spirit. So basically what it led off of an experimental film that I was doing. And it's based on African spirituality in a postmodern sense. So my question to you is, when you hear the phrase Heart Thou Spirit, what comes to your mind?
Heart Thou Spirit. Perhaps connecting the ab with the car. Okay. Yeah. Ab meaning the heart, car being spirit. That kind of connection.
Okay. Yeah? Okay. Well, what could you say about through the more teachings? How would you say the heart is very relevant within the everyday life as being a more through your studying?
I believe that the heart is everything. The more you study self, you will realize, on contrary to Western beliefs, the heart has more power, at least, than the brain or the mind. And what we practice as Moors, one of the Moorish teachings is really to learn to be able to think with the heart and feel with the mind, which is the opposite to what we're being taught. All right, and you could even take that to the scriptures in the Bible, which has been codexed. Do you know what I'm saying? But where it says the lion and the lamb will lay down together. All right, and there'll be peace on earth. What that is interpreted as on a higher esoteric level or meaning is the lion representing Leo, which is the heart, and the lamb representing Aries. Okay. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah. So when those two lay together, when we learn to think with the heart and feel with the mind, then there'll be peace on earth. So that's how much we recognise the heart. In fact, the whole judgment thing relates to the heart weighing against the feather. So the heart is definitely important.
Definitely. Do you see that, guys? Well, so with would you say that within the 7 African spiritualities that the heart is just the main focus, and that's what we should do? Because I done an interview with my lead actor, and one of the things I said was that our heart gives off the most electromagnetic field in our body. Even though our brain works at 20 watts and our heart works at 5, the production of the electromagnetic field that it produces is exactly. Do you know what I mean? So that is the key importance in African spirituality, wouldn't you say?
Definitely, and I think that as melanated 9 ether people, it's just that to the third power. In fact, we're the most emotional, loving beings. You know, well, one of the most loving and emotional races, and people know that, which is why, I don't know about you, but anytime I walk down the street, I notice that beggars would always step to me before they step to other, you know what I'm saying? They know how big our heart is, you know what I'm saying? We have heart, and I think that the emotion has got a lot to do with things manifesting. And I think that a lot of the Europeans' marvels wouldn't be created if it wasn't for us knowing about it, because the mind is all. So we have to be notified before anything that they do manifests. You know what I'm saying? We have to be informed because we're part of it. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Nico. So how do you think about today's event with Black Eyes TV?
I think it's wonderful. I think it's a legacy that will begin. It should continue. It's about writing our story, not writing his story, but writing our story. So yeah, definitely important.
Thank you.
With my black heart full of gold. With my black heart full of gold. With my black heart full of gold.
We live forever. Most of you are smart.
That's right.
But you ain't clever. Our eternal love, it comes from creation.
I want to big up TV Free Souls for this reason. Our spirituality has been hidden from us for millennia, but our spirituality is so strong. Our spirituality is what ties us to the land. And as we're separated from the land, we don't actually realize, because we ignore the spiritual component, it's like having a child and that child not knowing who their parents are and running around with a different name. There's no way they know where they come from. When we start to observe and practice African law, African spirituality, and become and see each other as African people through African eyes, there's no way we can fail. Free Soul TV.
Up in that direction, see. It's going down, baby.
I'm fighting demonic enemies, trying to cage me in mentally. Time to set my spirit free. Just sent his energy, filling me with his remedy. With my black heart full of gold. With my black heart full of gold. With my black heart full of gold.
We live forever. Most of you are smart.
That's right.
But you ain't clever.